Okay, so our Micronesian experience begins in the Republic of the Marshall Islands.
The aft exits unless advised by a crew member. You'll also find 4 life rafts located in marked compartments. Should you need it, you'll find a life vest with a water-activated light and a pouch under or between your seats.
So you may remember we last left you in Hawaii, and as we leave Hawaii, we get a great view of Pearl Harbor. So, how are we getting around Micronesia? How are we taking on the Micronesia Challenge? We're using United Airlines Island Hopper service, which goes from Hawaii to Guam, stopping at a number of islands on the way. From Guam, we take separate United flights to get to Saipan and Palau, and Qantas takes us home from Palau. But for now, we're on leg 1 to Majuro in the Marshall Islands. And after a 5-hour flight from Hawaii, we spot land.
My God, where are we going to land?
Yes, where's the airport? It seems crazy. Majuro is an atoll with a very narrow strip of land, as we'll see in a later map. Thank heavens, there's the tarmac.
As well, ask you to claim your luggage so they can identify any unclaimed luggage, and any unclaimed luggage will be removed. We apologize. As we remind you, the lavatories will be
And now, here we are in the Marshall Islands, one of the 193 member states of the UN, with probably the smallest baggage retrieval hall of them all. And here's where we're staying, at the Marshall Islands Resort. About a 15-minute drive from the airport, and they're all decked out here and getting ready for Christmas. The view from our balcony is awesome, with sweeping vistas of the lagoon. As promised, here's a map of Majuro Atoll. We're going to start with a walk from our resort to the other resort in Majuro town, which is about a 3-kilometre walk. It's a Sunday, so the streets of Majuro aren't that busy and shops are closed. But the laundromat looks open. This is sad to see. The site of the Marshall Islands Parliament building, which was destroyed by a fire only 3 months ago. Here's the local courthouse. I'm hoping to avoid an unscheduled visit here. And some subtle evidence of the war in the Pacific in the 1940s. Some of the local churches here are really distinctive. With reserved parking for the important people. You don't see many mosques in the Pacific Islands, but here's one, back streets are really quiet. And most properties back onto the open sea and accumulate a lot of rubbish. And here's the Hotel Robert Reimers. We've made it to the other resort. There are plenty of other smaller places to stay, and also a resort on nearby Eneko Island, not too far away by boat. But the Marshall Islands Resort and this one are easily the two main accommodation options in Majuro. It's time for refreshments, and look what's on the telly. American sports, which stands to reason given the Marshall Islands' close links to the US. And watch this as City Hall gets into the festive spirit. Nice. Okay, on our second day we grab a car and drive the length of the atoll. Firstly going through the streets of Majuro, and then as far north as we can go. There's no bridge to that island in the distance, but there is a bridge if we head the other way. And first stop past the bridge is at the Majuro seawall. Despite it having a big write-up, it was very difficult to find, and the area could do with a bit of a tidy-up. "10 kilometres down the road, Majuro Peace Park is the next stop. Also known as the War Memorial Park, the park honours sacrifices made by the locals throughout their history, and notably during the Second World War. The going is slow as each village has a plethora of speed bumps. Nothing wrong with that though. There's certainly no hurry needed to get anywhere, particularly with views like these. Marshall Islands copra production is a crucial income source. The Tubular copra refinery processes dried coconut meat into oil and soap ready for export. Okay, so it's taken a while, but we've finally arrived in Laura Village. Nice and pleasant to drive through. One thing we have noticed here are the cemeteries, which tend to be very overgrown. And this is Typhoon Monument, which commemorates the victims of the 1918 typhoon that devastated this area. Close to the beach now, and we see this Air Marshal's plane that looks like it's landed in the wrong place. There is a sad history to the Marshall Islands, which is better summarised by a local than me. So as we finish this video at Laura Beach, we leave the last words via song to Jay Cobus.
You know, in the Marshall Islands. They dropped 67 nuclear weapons. They said it's for the good of mankind, but they destroyed our way of life. They relocated our people, but even then, we held our faith. We kept our culture, our language, and our love for each other. We're still standing. We are still here. I remember when we sailed by stars, canoes cut deep through waves of far. The ocean spoke, my child, don't fear. This is our home, we're still here. Then thunder rolled across the sky. The bombs fell down, the children cried. They said it's for the good of mankind, but left our hearts and homes behind. Still we rise through smoke and tears, cause love don't break. We're still here. We still here, we still strong. Faith still beating all night long. Through the storm, through the plan, all things are in God's hands. They said it's for the good of mankind, but our truth still glow, our stars still shine. From Bikini Shore to Majuro clear, Marshall Islands, we still here.
Okay, we're in the departure lounge at Majuro Airport, heading off on our next leg. See you in the next vlog.